Hey guys, welcome to our first podcast, and today, as you know, we are doing Premier League predictions. I'm also joined with my brother right here.
Yeah, so hi guys. I'm curious to see what happens in these predictions because the summer that we've had so far is rather intriguing for us. There have been lots of great deals done and kind of perplexing at the same time, but we like to take a look at this in this video. So
Alright.
Let's get that started.
So, what are your relegating teams?
I'm relegating Brighton, Sheffield United, and Newcastle. Brighton, after the season last time, they were on the brink of relegation and they just managed to go through it, but I don't think they'll be able to do and replicate the same thing that they did last season. Sheffield United, they've done barely any business, which is rather confusing to me because they just got promoted from the championship, and it's really important for young teams to get transfers in for them to compete with the big boys. Newcastle, I've put them in, and I know some of you might call me a Newcastle hater, but just hear me out, okay? The manager just left, okay? And I feel as if they might not be able to do what they did last season. Rafa Benitez is a successor in creating teams which always get results, but I don't think Newcastle would be able to do that, especially with the competition they have from the other teams.
So now I'll be doing my relegating teams. 20, Sheffield United. 19, Brighton. 18, Southampton. Now let me just say why Southampton. I think they are absolutely horrible these days. No transfers. They got Danny Ings, but they lost Charlie Austin, which is, cannot say that's a big blow. But they're just a horrible team, and they're not doing well in the past couple of Premier Leagues. Last season they ended somewhere at 17, 16, something like that. And this year I think they'll just fall. They sold all their good players to Liverpool, I guess. So Brighton, they haven't done much. Sheffield United, they are not looking interesting in my opinion. They're just that team that, okay, let's give them a chance. Let's see what they can do. Alright, so that was our relegated teams. Now let's do from the 17th place to number 12.
Yeah, so I've gone with Southampton, just barely avoiding relegation. What can you expect with Southampton these days? They're just a shell of their former selves. And then you have Aston Villa, the newly promoted team. I really backed them to do well, but I feel as if they're just maybe not ready for the Premier League. And then I have Crystal Palace, and then Norwich City, and then Burnley to finish it off. My top two, till 13. Burnley, I feel as if they had an underwhelming season last time, but then they were also competing in other competitions, and I feel as if this season they'll be more concentrated on the Premier League itself. And last season they were 15th, but they'll be 2 places ahead, so I think they'll be content with the result they have. To finish it off, I have Watford in number 12. I'm a big fan of Watford, and I feel as if they overachieved last season a bit, but yeah, they haven't done that many transfers, and I feel as if they might not keep up with the rest of the teams, especially with what other teams have been managing to do. So yeah, that's my top 13.
Alright, so my turn. At 17, I put Newcastle. Now you put them in relegation, I can see why. But I put Newcastle just surviving because they have actually gone with some big players, and they have actually gone and spent money. They have put Joe Linton for about 45 million, which is quite remarkable that they lost a manager, but they have got a special manager, so they have spent the money in the market, but not wisely. 16th I've gone with Norwich, and 15th I've gone with Aston Villa. Now these two teams are just here, I think they're just here to experience the first season in the Premier League. At 14th position I put them Burnley. I wanted to put them lower, but they don't really fit anywhere. Burnley, they have done some business. They have bought Drinkwater from Chelsea. I think that was a late move, but Drinkwater is not talented, guys. this. I mean, he was a couple of seasons back since he joined Chelsea. I don't know what's going on in Burnley. There's just chaos going there. So Burnley take 14th place. I think the fans will be happy because last season they came like 17, 16, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burnley came 15th.
Oh, they came 15th. All right. So 13th place, I'm going with Crystal Palace. You should be thinking that what? They're horrible. I mean, the thing is, they didn't lose Zaha, so that's a pointer. The thing with Zaha is that, man, just move. Don't be like Fekir, because last season we thought he's gonna go to Liverpool, and then we thought he's gonna go to Chelsea. No, he actually went to Real Betis this season. So I mean, maybe the teams could lose interest on Zaha. So Zaha needs to figure it out. Does he actually want to play at Palace? And then if he doesn't, then force him move. Also, they've got Gary Cahill from Chelsea, and the experience is there.
I don't think he'll be able to do that much though. But they sold Aaron Van Bissaka, which I think was a promising young lad from England, and I think they'll really miss him this season.
Now let's zero from 12th to 8. What are your predictions?
I mean, I already said this. Watford, number 12, 11 Bournemouth, 10th West Ham, 9th Wolves, and 8th Leicester City. Okay, so West Ham. I put West Ham in number 10th position because I feel as if, I mean, they have their good business. They've done really good business. But then if you look at the other teams and what they're doing, especially the teams which I have in number 7 and 8, I don't think they'll be able to breach that gap. But they did buy Sebastian Haller, which I'm a really big fan of. He played really well football in Germany, and now he's in the Premier League, so that's something to look out for. And they also did really good outgoings. They sold some of the branches they had. Deadwood, Marco Arnautovic, he left. I mean, he was playing well, but
I think he just wanted to leave because he wasn't really getting out of West Ham.
Yeah.
He was playing, but then West Ham wasn't succeeding.
And then it was rumored for a long time that he would leave. So it came.
And he went to China. I guess he went for money. I guess.
Yeah, 23 million. I mean, maybe wages, but we'll look into that later. So I have Wolves coming number 9th, as I said, and then lastly Leicester City. Now, I know many of you are big fans of Leicester City, especially with the 2016 season they had, but they haven't done that much except for buying Yuri Tielemans.
Yeah, I think that's how you say his name. Yeah,
I'm not pretty sure, but
he's from Belgium. He actually played in the World Cup.
Yeah, I remember him. Tielemans. Yeah, so they've done good business, but I don't think they've done enough business for them to compete with to go into European spots. But anyways, let's move on to your predictions.
Alright, so my predictions. Number 12, West Ham. Why? They're gonna get a good start. I'm telling you, they're gonna get an amazing start.
If any of you watch Spencer FC on this channel, then can you please go on to his comments and type out that this channel said that you'd come number 12 in the Premier League. I just want to see his reaction.
Alright, so 12 is West Ham. Why? I mean, they got good players. They, as he said, my brother said they sold Deadwood. But West Ham, they're gonna get an excellent start, but then they're gonna lose their way in the middle of the season, and by May they're gonna come back a bit and just survive relegation. And somehow the other teams will slip up, and they will come 12. So
yeah, which is the common.
I mean, that's what's happening for the past 2 seasons. At number 11, I've got Watford. They're just a team that going to be hard to beat, but then they won't, beat the easier teams such as, I guess, Burnley, Newcastle. The teams before it. Yeah, they're gonna have the slip-ups. So they're gonna end up number 11. At number 10, I'm gonna say Wolves, only because of their Europa League season going on, and it's just gonna get tough for I think this is like the first time Wolves are going to be a European championship, I guess. Number 9, I've got Bournemouth. Now, you guys must be thinking like, what? Is he an idiot or something? Listen, I've seen Bournemouth play. They don't have the best players, but actually, they're actually a good team. They can pull up upsets. I think I just remember they had a few upsets last season. I think it was Chelsea. I don't know.
Chelsea's always on them.
Alright, yeah, so Bournemouth, they are a strong team. They've got Ake as their centre back, which is promising. At number 8, I will have Leicester City. Now, they didn't lose anyone big except Harry Maguire, and I don't think he's going to make a big difference at United. And we're going to get back to when we're talking about their place.
No, I think he will. He would.
No, but the thing is that Harry Maguire is a good defender. He played for England, but is he that good to be that is gonna save Manchester United?
Yeah, I mean, one thing has been troubling for Manchester United has been the lack of creativity, which they didn't manage to address in this summer. But then they did spend that money on the defense, and you know what? Defense wins you titles. Yeah, so I think he'll make a big impact. And expect a lot from Manchester United this season.
Alright, you expect a lot. I mean, I will be getting to my predictions when, it's their turn. So now let's do from the 7th place to the 5th.
Okay, so now let's move on to our number 7th position. Well, I've actually put Everton number 7. I mean, the transfers they've done are remarkable, and just to name a few, I would say Andre Gomez. Well, they had him on loan last season, but this time they bought him, and 22 million. Sorry, that's actually pretty cheap.
That's a steal.
But I mean, I've seen him play for Barcelona. He's no steal.
You know what? They actually have got they actually bought Alex Iwobi at the end.
Yeah, 40 million. That's all.
Yesterday I got to know transfer window ended. Iwobi signs for Everton.
Yeah, but then they've done really good business. I mean, they've got good players, but then they've also got them for a cheaper price than what the other teams will be prepared to sell. And then they also bought Keane from Juventus, a promising young player, and I think he'll develop into the future's best in the coming season. So look out for him. And Fabian Delph, just to tidy things up in midfield. Yeah, so they've done pretty good business, except for selling for Idrissa Gueye. I mean, I feel as if, he was also promising himself, and I feel as if it's kind of a pity to see him leave Everton, but he's gone to PSG, and
we'll get more playtime, I guess.
No, he won't get playtime. But we all know what mess PSG is, so let's just move on.
Alright, so you know what, I'm also gonna give my 7th because now we're getting to the end and I want to see his prediction to mine. So at 7th I've got Everton, and as you said, they lost a few big players, but they even got big players back like Keane, Iwobi, and that's it. But I mean, that's the big players. But they have actually lost a whole lot to, that's gonna make them struggle. They lost Lookman, which I know he's a good player from FIFA. Yeah, I play FIFA, and that's how I'm gonna judge players. But you know what? Everton have got a good team. They've got still a strong team. What happens? They still got Walcott. Their team is really strong, and I think they deserve for a few seasons that they deserve to come into that top 6 place.
6th position, I've gone for Chelsea. Okay. Now, I mean, I'm a big fan of Chelsea. I've been to Stamford Bridge. I love London. I love the other side of London a bit more. But anyways, Chelsea have done well. They weren't allowed to do any business except for Pulisic, who came on a deal which was made in the January transfer window. But I feel as if they might still be able to do a bit more, contribute a bit more. They sold Eden Hazard, which I feel is going to be a huge blow to them later on in the season, because Pulisic isn't a proven star, especially in the Premier League. So it'll be quite intriguing to see what happens with them.
Don't hate me about this, but at 6th place I have got Manchester United. Now this is because they got two big defenders, but I don't think it's good enough. Manchester United needs like a big transfer, like maybe Neymar, or I don't know, someone who's gonna change the attack midfield.
I actually disagree on that.
They lost Herrera. PSG.
Yeah, they've lost.
They lost Lukaku to Inter, and they're just losing players, I guess. They're not really gaining much.
You know, I wonder what Jose would have said if he was still coaching Manchester United. Because you know what he demanded all season long, last season, was to basically get a better centre back. They were reports of Alderweireld, but finally they got Harry Maguire.
Yeah,
and I feel as if, well, I haven't said what I've ranked them a bit higher than you, but I feel as if they'll have a good season under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and I feel as if he'll do really well. Because
I mean, you know what? My friend, he's a Manchester United fan, and every day he just comes up to me and says, "Oh, we're about to buy this guy. We're about to buy Alderweireld. We're gonna buy Neymar. We're gonna buy someone," and then that doesn't turn out to be true. It's like two transfers in the end. I mean, there were so many links, but they only escaped with two, and they paid 80 million for Harry Maguire. De Ligt went for like 60, and I think De Ligt
69.
Yeah, 69. I think De Ligt should go for like 100, 120 in this era of time. But I guess everybody has their opinions. So what's your number 5th place?
5th place, I've gone with Arsenal. Yeah, it's no surprise. Arsenal have done really good business, but I feel as if they'll just miss out on Champions League football once again. They'll be closer than Chelsea, and that's much due to the attack they have. They bought Nicolas Pepe, and just thinking of that front French trio, that's going to be quite amazing to see. 72 million they got it for. The club record signing.
It's a steal, I think, for a player like him.
Yeah, Nicolas Pepe. And they also strengthened the defense as well in the last few days in the transfer market. They bought Kieran Tierney, and then they also bought David Luiz. I don't rate him that high, but compared
he's
to
a leader.
Mustafi, yeah, he's a leader, and compared to Mustafi, they're surely going to do better. And I feel as if I see Emery trying to implement a back three system now that David Luiz is in. I think a back three would be really good for them. They've also got Kolasinac, which I think would do really well as a left mid. So yeah, and they also
left back.
If you play 3 at the back,
oh yeah, they play 3 at the back.
If you play 3 at the back, then he's left.
I mean, I don't care about Arsenal.
And then they also they got Dani Ceballos at loan, a young promising player. So lots of excitement to be seen from Arsenal, and I feel as if they can pull up some upsets this year.
Alright, my 5th place is my beloved Chelsea. Chelsea. I mean, I would love to see them in the Champions League next season, but I mean, it's just not gonna happen. I mean, if it happened, it's a treat for the fans. I mean, the only thing they have, suffered is the transfer ban. They knew Hassan was going to leave, and I don't think that's a big attack. The only thing I put Manchester United at 6th and Chelsea at 5th is because of the young players. Now, when you have a young team, they have no idea what to expect, and they can just go and win you the title, or they can bring you at number 10th place. Chelsea, 2 players are in form. I'm calling right now, they're gonna have a brilliant season. Mason Mount and Barkley. Barkley has had a tremendous preseason. Again, the only thing why they're gonna come 5th is losing Hazard, which is a big blow. And Pulisic, he needs some time to, be at least something. So yeah, sorry Chelsea, but 5th for this season, which is not too bad for a 4th season when you have a transfer ban. The thing that surprises me is, why did Chelsea get a transfer ban? I think they just wanted to show that they're who's the boss and who's not the boss. I mean, Barcelona. Remember when Barcelona did the same thing and they didn't get any transfer ban?
We did get a transfer ban.
Yeah, but then you got one season to get the players. You got Suarez and those players, then you didn't have.
But we didn't play them.
Yeah, but still.
We didn't play them.
To the next.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter.
We bought the players, but then we couldn't play them till January.
I think that's what happened with Atletico Madrid, or was it Real Madrid? I think it was Atletico. Yeah, it was Atletico. Go on, and what's your fourth position?
My first position is Manchester United. Okay, I'm a big fan of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I feel as if he have an unbelievable season with Manchester United and put them back into top 4 where they belong. Manchester United has spent a lot of money and they have tried their hardest to reach top 4 after the heights of. I mean, they did reach second place 2 seasons ago, but now they have Liverpool to compete against, and now they have a strong Tottenham side as well. Not to say Arsenal as well. I feel as if Arsenal might sneak in through, but then Manchester United, I feel as if they'll be able to hold their nerves. Their back line, their back 4 seems solid this time around. Midfield has suffered a lot with the loss of Ander Herrera, but then their attack is as strong as ever.
No.
I mean,
their attack is strong. They lost Lukaku.
He barely played. He was
Yeah,
on
but
the
then
bench last season.
you've got Rashford,
Yeah.
who's not in form. You've got Sanchez, who's just useless.
Yeah, but
and then
what
you've got
what if? Just imagine this: Lukaku has left, and then just now Alexis Sanchez come into Ole Gunnar's plans.
no. You know, they were actually trying to sign Mario, but
Mandzukic with
yeah,
a
Mandzukic.
swap deal with
Yeah.
Dybala and Mandzukic.
Yeah, but then that did not happen. That broke down. Lukaku left. They're stranded without, a proper striker. Because the thing is, Rashford doesn't really play as striker. He's been played at left, right.
But he'll
he
grow
doesn't
into the
know.
role.
Yeah,
I feel as
he
if
grows.
this is the season for Rashford to finally step up and to
This
claim
is
his
definitely
striker
the season.
position.
Yeah, this is definitely the season. Because if it's not these 6 months at least, because you've got the January transfer market. If he fails in these 6 months, then I guess he's no talent in my opinion.
Okay.
Because you've got the pressure on, and you have to prove the ball. At 4, why? Brilliant attack, okay midfield, good defense. They have fixed the defense just on the last. They got David Luiz and Kieran. Those 2 are gonna be a big part for the defense. They're of course playing 3 at the back, and David Luiz 3 at the back will actually work. Why? Because David Luiz is a kind of a leader, and the defenders next to him will also feel that, well, you have got an experienced player next to you, so Rob Holding can just take the pressure down and just play his game. Arsenal's attack is just gonna be brilliant. They've got Pepe, Lacazette, and Aubameyang. Alright, so let's move to number 3.
Let's do top 3 together.
Alright, let's do top 3 together.
Okay, I have 3rd Tottenham.
I've gone with Liverpool.
Liverpool 3rd.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that could happen, but then
I mean, they're 3rd because Spurs has done so well, and Man City are just the kings right now. City,
I mean, I'm just saying that transfer windows aren't the only thing which ranks teams.
Yeah, but then if you get one injury, you've got Salah injured, alright? Or you've got Mane injured. Who's next?
Shaqiri.
Exactly.
Origi. Origi stepped up in the
Yeah,
Champions League.
Origi stepped up, but that's just kind of a one match.
I'm not saying that Origi will step up, most times not, but I feel as if Liverpool just has to be the year. I've gone with Liverpool first, 2nd Manchester City, and 3rd Tottenham.
I think that Liverpool had to maybe bring in like one more player, maybe a striker. Maybe they could have gone for Malcolm. If that's Malcolm, surely they would have topped it. Because if somebody gets injured, he's there. I mean, Shaqiri is a brilliant player, and he's such an acrobatic player.
Klopp did say that Liverpool is not the team which competes with rich money houses like PSG or City, but yeah, they won't bless with the money. But I feel as if they should have maybe done a bit more transfers, considering that they did win the Champions League. But anyways, I did go for them being first this year, and here's why. Okay, I feel as if Manchester City this year won't be at their best, and partially that's due to the Champions League. Now we know the Sheikhs, and they've been craving for Champions League title ever since they got their hands on City, and I feel as if this year they'll go all in for Champions League. Last year we had Liverpool win the Champions League and City take the league, and this time it'll be the complete opposite. Liverpool will win the Premier League and Manchester City will win the Champions League, because overall it's priorities that count. At the end of the day, City has a great depth squad, but I feel as if Guardiola just might take a step down. I mean, not that he lowers his standards or anything, but I feel as if those Champions League nights are what he'll be hoping for and praying for toward Tottenham Hotspur, and that's much due to the transfer done. They'll 100% finish above Manchester United and make that Champions League spot easy as they can. They've got Ndombele, who's an exciting midfielder. They've got Lo Celso, and I feel as if this season they might be able to give City and Liverpool a run for their money after a long time. If they had Clausen, Paulo Dybala, then their attack would have been exquisite, man.
I think I've put them at second place. If they had bought Dybala, that should have been the first place left for.
That would be tremendous.
I've gone for them second, same reason as yours. And first is Manchester City, just because they want to make it 3 in a row. I think Premier League teams don't really prioritize Champions League and the Premier League, because both are equal to them. Like for example, Barcelona, they try to get the Champions League while not rotate the strikes in the La Liga, but they turn out to be brilliant at La Liga. They win the stuff just because the other teams are horrible. Alright, so I think this has been a very long video. So that's where we're gonna end it.
Yeah, we've been sat in here for 50 minutes?
40, yeah. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, of course, like, share, those usual stuff. Also, if you want us to do more podcasts, and not only on football, maybe on cricket, if you guys want.
Yeah, or on movies or things like that.
Movies or stuff like that. We can do something like that. Don't forget to, give your predictions down in the comments. And yeah, thank you, and I should see you later.